Hello, I'm here top of Church Street, Primark Bold Street end on this busy Thursday afternoon. Disturbing news coming in from Manchester, but I'll wait until we hear the full facts before I comment. But rest assured it'll be something to do with cultural change. After the Labour conference, Ewan Bain, MP for West Derby, please welcome Dan Corden. Dan the diversity man. Did you come away with anything as to deal with what is happening or address the awful truth about what's happening here in our glorious city, the cultural transformation we see underway? Keir Starmer give you any tips, any advice? Or did he promise you he'll deal with it himself, personally? Well, the answer's probably no, isn't it? No, an emphatic no. Probably wasn't even discussed, let alone a motion put forward and seconded. Right, if I've said that right, if that's the procedure. So, you probably came away from that conference with nothing to reassure the good people of Liverpool what is happening to their city and the long-term consequences of cultural change. You see, everything that comes with cultural change is against the long-term interests of the good people of Liverpool, right? There is no ifs or buts about that, right? It's against the long-term interests of the good people of Liverpool. How can it be in our interests, in our best interest? How? Well, it can't be, and it's not, right? Like it wasn't for other major towns and cities across the country. It's been disastrous, right? So, as I say, I already knew the answer, but I thought I'd ask. Well, not Ewan Bain, Dan Corden came away from the Labour conference with some advice to give the good people of Liverpool and their constituents in particular, right? The constituents of West Derby and Walton are concerned as to what is happening to their communities. They are concerned, right? Yet, as I say, 2 MPs remain silent. They have nothing to say. It's a very, very busy day. I think the busker's having a break. Got a religious activist behind me, God bless him. But all the same, cultural change hasn't gone away in Bain, Dan Corden, and all the rest, right? It hasn't gone away. It's still here. In fact, sinking its roots deeper and deeper each day. More and more long-standing Proud Scouts communities are changing. They're changing more and more, representing unfamiliar, unfriendly places, not the community they remember not so long ago. So, cultural change needs addressing, right, ladies and gentlemen. It's not some passing phase that's going to go away. It's going to change our city like it changed Birmingham, Leicester, London, large parts of Bradford, Oldham, Burnley, and so on and so on. As I said, with disastrous consequences. We must all oppose further cultural change. Given the disturbing news coming out of Manchester, don't rule out Keir Starmer's failings. A general election is not forced upon him, which would be excellent, right? I'm convinced reform would romp home. I'm convinced, but let's wait and see. Let's see what develops in Manchester and what the full story is, because I'm not quite sure. I've got a gist of what's happened, but I'll reserve judgment until, as I say, I get all the facts. Once again, I'm walking in and around our cherished city centre and cultural change is all around. Our city centre is losing its unique Scouse character, traditions and cultural identity. It's losing its Scouse status, right? Bear with me, it's getting really, really busy. See, the thing about the city centre is that you can have breaks and then next minute there's massive crowds upon you, you know, so bear with me. Yeah, so did Ian Bain, Dan Corden, any of the others come away from the Labour conference with some advice to give the good people of Liverpool and their constituents in particular regarding cultural change? What is going to happen regarding its our city's long-term future? Are more and more new arrivals going to be dispersed here in our city? Or is there going to be a cut-off time, let's say January 26th? Well, the answer is no, ladies and gentlemen. The answer is no. So I feel the need once again to come down to Liverpool city centre and deliver the awful truth. The awful truth as to what is happening here in our city. There is a cultural change underway, ladies and gentlemen. Labour conference or not, there's a cultural change underway. The politicians, those out to be looking, those meant to be out looking for the best interest for good people of Liverpool, they are remaining silent as this change, this transformation takes place. And like I've said before, there is no cultural rewind button, right? Once cultural change sinks its roots so deep there in the driving seat, there is no cultural rewind button. Our city's changed forever. And once it's changed, everything that we are as Scousers changes with it. It then becomes just Liverpool in name. It won't have that unique attachment it has, and that we have, Scousers to Liverpool. It'll be a different place with universal Scousers, right? It's not me having a go at anyone. It's not me picking on anyone. Usually. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, I wish I didn't have to come down here, right? But if I don't, who will? Well, no one. And if no one does, then what's going to happen? These politicians will get away with what they're allowing to happen to our city, which is the cultural transformation taking place as I speak. We must oppose it at any forthcoming election, council elections, general election in particular. It must be opposed. Find a candidate, reliable, credible, opposed to further cultural change, and give them your votes. Be sure to that these politicians will let cultural change sweep across our glorious city, changing it forever. It's getting really, really busy now, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm gonna call time. I'll try and find out more what's happened in Manchester, but rest assured it'll have something to do with cultural change. Remember, say no to cultural change, yes to Scouse pride. Shout it out loud, Scouse and proud. Okay, thank you. Hello, I'm still here, top of Church Street, Primark, Bold Street, and regardless, Jimi Hendrix, a video will be made. Cultural change, ladies and gentlemen, is all around. There is no hiding it no more. There's no brushing it under the carpet. It's here for everyone to see, Jimi Hendrix or not, right? It's here for all to see. You can't hide it no more, right? What are you going to do about it? All those I rightfully criticise. Well, the answer is nothing. They're not going to do anything, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to let cultural change sweep across our glorious city, changing it forever. Because they don't care. They care about career. They care about themselves. They care about Labour dogma. They care only for themselves. Because if they cared, they'd be opposing further cultural change. And like I say, Jimi Hendrix or not, a video will be made, right? Don't know where he's just popped from. He's just been placed there while they had to walk around. But hey, who cares, right? I know the good people of Liverpool understand Joe Owens. They know what is happening and they know what needs to be done, because if it's not, long term this will be disastrous for our city. There is no ifs or buts about it, ladies and gentlemen. It will be disastrous. And that's why we must oppose further cultural change. Do this at election time. Find a candidate, reliable, credible, opposed to further cultural change, and give them your vote. Because short of that, ladies and gentlemen, cultural change will sweep across our glorious city, changing it forever. No cultural rewind. Remember, there is no cultural rewind. It's changed forever. An unfamiliar, unfriendly, hostile city our children and grandchildren will be inheriting. We can't allow this to happen. Jimi Hendrix or not, right? People know, like I say, people know what's happening to our city. They can see it, or they do see it on a daily basis. They come out the front door, cultural change. Supermarket, cultural change. Taxi, cultural change. Take the kids to school, cultural change. Cultural change everywhere, right? There's no escaping it. We have to put a stop to it. And we do this at election time. Find a candidate, reliable, credible, opposed to further cultural change, and give them your vote. Because short of that, like I've said, cultural change will sweep across our glorious city, changing it forever. We can't let this happen. We owe it to all those who sacrificed before us, and the Scouse children who are to come in the future. We owe it to them, right? Can't just let our city go like this, right? Jimi Hendrix or not, right? You have to oppose this, ladies and gentlemen. Setting jokes aside, because I'm up for a good joke, right? This is serious. It is very, very serious. What's happened in Manchester today is very, very serious. Gonna go now, ladies and gentlemen, but trust me, no Jimi Hendrix is gonna stop Joe Owens making videos, right? It's not happening. Remember, say no to cultural change, yes to Scouse pride. Shout it out loud, Scouse and proud. Okay, thank you.